Very mystical, very... which was like really weird for Final Fantasy VII, because like Final Fantasy VII was the first Final Fantasy to not be like straight up medieval-ish fantasy. It was very like steampunkish. Originally, it was going to be like a LA noir, isometric top-down. I believe so. Because it was going to be for the N64, but then Nintendo dropped the ball and didn't go with CDs. PlayStation went with CDs, and so Sony and Squaresoft, later known as Square Enix, made Final Fantasy VII for PlayStation 1 exclusive, and you could tell just how different. Like, let me play. Just to go show how far it was. Here's the original NES prelude. You still got that progression of very mystical. And just getting you ready for the adventure you're about to have. Just get it kind of like, almost like an eye-opener, like, yeah. Very like setting and rising of the sun feel, in my mind. Like, that's kind of the imagery I get, is like the rising sun as the days go on. And then you have just a fun like little comparison between the first version of the prelude into the roughly the seventh. And still it just gives you that nice. This one's a little bit more emotional because they have all of the brass and strings underneath. I feel like it has that mystical, but it kind of gets you ready for a more emotional ride too. This is coming from on the tail end of the success of Final Fantasy III in the US and Final Fantasy VI in Japan, and how emotionally driven and character driven that story was. I think it just kind of prepares you for that mentality with that is Final Fantasy VII. It's like I said, this is probably one of my favorite games of all time, if not the favorite game of all time for me. And now you get to this, you start a new game, you're getting ready for the adventure, and now this is what you're met with, this music. Are the audio levels still okay? And like in the opening scene of the game, you see Aerith's face like looking into, like it starts like with these like stars going around, and then the stars turn green, and it's Aerith like walking, looking into this like Mako fireplace, or Mako fireplace, and now walking across the street, and then the spotlight goes by. It's very dramatic, very over the top, just beautiful. And like you even get, like the it sounds like a train, which now leads as the camera pans down to the beginning of the game. A train pulling up into the station. Probably one of the best tracks in the game. It's very intense, very action. As Avalanche, the 4 or 5 members of Avalanche show up. You can tell it's just like a lot of tension, a lot of like, we're going as fast as we can to get through it. That anxiety. Love it. Very like Mission Impossible kind of feel to it. I always like kind of felt like this sounded like an alarm. The brass. Like a heartbeat. Here we go. I just love this track. It's just, like I said, this is the first track that plays when you're actually, like, playing the game. Like, the prelude happens while, like, before you even hit start. I also really like hearing rock versions of this track. Just to get that, like, real intense feel to it. Nobuo Matsu is probably the best. You know what? I am gonna advertise. Hold on. Oh, is it set to random? Now, this one, I think probably, in terms of scenery, this song, the Mako Reactor, probably gives you that very industrial feel as you'll, like, really hear it. Just boom. It just sounds like you're, like, playing in a barrel drum. You know, you have the little ambient, like, hisses of like water vapor, steam. I can't think of the word steam. Very ominous. Again, that anxiety feeling. You know, you're also fighting enemies during this. Very much. I love just the little squeaks and stuff. Just gives that like, it's just, it fits the scene so well. And like I love the look of the Mako reactors because they're like very like rustic brown, green. It just looks really cool. Like when you're actually in Mako reactors. Almost has like war drums as well, which works because you're there to blow it up. Just boom, 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 boom. Even like when they add in all the other instruments, you still hear the boom, 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 boom. And the piano being like the bass drum sounds really fucking cool. That's something he does a lot in this soundtrack, especially if it involves the Shinra Corporation. This one's called Anxiety, so I believe this is the one that starts playing when you get on the train. Or like when you're walking, or after you've blown up the reactor and you're walking through Sector 7. And just so melancholy. Here we go. Just a little bit of strings, little tenny strings playing, and the woodwinds. It just sounds depressing. You know, you're walking through just devastation. And you're walking through this, I think you're walking through the slums, or like leading to the slums, like the poor area. And just everyone is freaking the fuck out. You don't. And then I love this part. It almost has a calming feel to it. And you'll hear this tune again when talking about the planet. And it's almost like the planet kind of trying to cry out. And then both the planet and the other instruments are just depressed about it. Very minor chord. With that little in between bit, this part right here, it almost has like a hopeful sound to it. Like, yeah, things are looking bad, but shit will get better. And then it just goes both instruments together. Like, how did you add a Niv? I went to a Niv's channel page. And there'll be like, if you read a Niv's description, it'll show you how to do everything. And then it goes right back to the beginning. The next one up is Tifa's theme. This one, before I start like really playing it, this one automatically felt like, right on, thank you, no problem. It reminded me of like childhood memories, like thinking about like good nostalgia feeling, which works because she's a childhood friend. And it just reminds me of sitting by like a fire with like a drink and just relaxing and reflecting. And what you guys think? I want your guys' opinion too of like what you guys think, if you think anything. You know, if you think nothing, that's fine too. It is. It's a beautiful track. And then here we go. The flute. People have added lyrics to this song, and some of them just sound gorgeous. Yeah, I think this is the one I liked. Now they're doing the Advent Children version, which is with a live piano. Now this was made 12 years ago.
One day you promised that you would always come back for me.
I love the echo with it.
But now you've come back. Why do I feel like I'm still waiting? The past behind us, you need to fight this. Just let it go. Please open up to me and stop hiding what you feel. I want to help you. What happened to us? Are you content with our memories?
I love it. She did such a good job.
Or can you show me that you still love me, still care for me, Why can't you tell me the things you're thinking? Is it so hard to see that you are still my best friend for always, and I couldn't care about anyone else more than you, only you. When we were younger, you were my life. I never wanted you to say goodbye. And now we're older and things have changed. I can't relate to the things you've been through. But if you could please just tell me, and I'll try to understand.
I think what I like most about this cover is the person who wrote it understood Tifa's character really well. A lot of people think Tifa is like just the girlfriend, but I think she's like the motherly type of girlfriend. Like that's what she wants to be to Cloud. She wants to take care of Cloud because no one else will. And so I think just the lyrics really fit that tone. Anyways, back to our version. This is not my favorite character track, but it's up there. love the duet here between the... I think it's supposed to be like an oboe almost. Like an oboe and flute. Then it goes right back at the beginning. Yeah, so like it just really fits that. It's very homey, very cozy. It's a very cozy track. And I love where it plays, because it plays in the Seventh Heaven bar. In the middle of a, hell yeah, in the middle of a, like, basically a war-torn slum. Yeah, the Sector 7 slums. And, yeah. It's a beautiful track. Like I said, very cozy. That's the best way I can put it. Very cozy. But now we got Barrett's theme. Which a lot of people I've heard talk about this don't think it fits his character. I think it fits great. Just very like, let's go. We got this. He's just like extremely hyped and passionate, and I just feel like this song epitomizes like strong and passionate. All the brass instruments just going nuts with the drums. Very victorious, passionate. He's got a very lumbering feel, which makes me imagine him stomping around. Exactly! That's a good way to put it, too. I didn't think about that, yeah. And then you have that nice little cool down, and then... I also just, like, love Barrett. He's such a fun character. Next is Hurry. So this is when you have to run off the train because the alarms are going off. Oh, yeah. This is just anxiety, heart-racing pace. You have the clock, the cowbell being like a clock, because you're on a time limit. Just very frantic, very crazy. Everything is going on at once. And then immediately just go. And I love that you hear like the rail tracks. And then it just breaks down. This is like Boulder rolling down in Indiana Jones. And then we go right back to the dun 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 dun. I love this track. I love the whole track, so if you're gonna hear me say that a lot, I'd say this is stressing me out. Yeah, it's very intense. And then you have probably the weirdest track, I think, in the soundtrack. This is like placed right after you hop off a train. already got like a smooth jazz hi-hat going on. Yeah, Lurking in the Darkness is the name of this track. And I just feel like almost kind of lost. Like they're kind of stumbling around trying to find the way out. And I know, like, yeah, dark alleyway, 1950s. That's so, yes. Now I'm just imagining Cloud, some spiky hair with like a fedora hanging off the biggest spike. This one right here, just a fedora just dangling off of it. I also love the bass. It has a very West Side Story. There's gonna be a fight tonight. Yes, bun. Drop the bass. Anyways. How is the wonderful bun? I mean, just let me know. You smell it. Hello, bun. We're just going through the soundtrack. I'm just talking about my scenic knowledge. Kazuki? Maybe. Oh, yeah. I love how Sid looks in the game. Grumpy old man. Get off my lawn. Sit down and drink your goddamn tea! Is one of the greatest lines ever spoken. In a video game. Is sit down and drink your goddamn tea. Just yelling at everyone. He don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's fucking tea. It's tea. What I think is so funny is it's tea in the Japanese too, because like there's like during the '90s and stuff, there was a lot of localization done. Still tea. And I'm just like, I just like the idea that this guy. I want to think that he never drinks alcohol. Like he is just super anti-alcohol. Like not my goddamn house. You take your beer and your devil juice somewhere else. Shira's just like, what the fuck, man? Oh! The next track is my favorite. Just this, okay, this track is like super fucking ominous. And it's another one where the, don't make me kick you off this airship, so help me God! I wish so bad I had a deeper voice, because I would love to voice Sid. I could get that energy. I could get that goddamn energy. But yeah, the next one is Shinra Inc. And it's the coolest song in the track. It's another one where the piano becomes the percussion. Also with percussion. Like, or not percussion, bass. I do not. Where the piano is like setting the rhythm. And then everything. Just so like powerful, ominous. Very like condescending. Like they're looking down on you. It's very oppressive. Choir. Just like, this is what Shinra and Rufus think of themselves when you hear this music. Like, you can just imagine them sitting in a leather chair looking out below at Midgar. Just reach into your soul and
Just sit down and drink your goddamn tea!
There you go. It's about as deep as I can make it comfortably. Just love it. Absolutely. Just a kick-ass music. The next one is the fighting theme, Those Who Fight. And yeah, it does its job well. Very just intense. Not exactly like stressing out music, but just very combative. Like almost like armies clashing. Even like there's like one part where the music will go up that you'll hear, and it's just, you can almost like imagine just two people just duking it out. In my head, at least. Canada already has some team living here. Oh. So my nib is Canadian. Good to know. Breakdown now. Things to hydrate and stretch. I love it. It's probably my favorite fighting theme in a game. In any game. I just love this part right here. Like every time I listen to it, I hear something different. You know, I hear the brass behind the woodwinds. Drums just going nuts. You really don't hear the woodwinds through the entire song except for one part. Like you mainly hear like strings and brass in the whole song, and the drum and percussion. Even here, it's still strings. And here comes the flute. And I love the percussions in the background. The percussions behind the flute is just chef's kiss. And then, of course, everyone's favorite thing in Final Fantasy. If you guys ever need to think of serotonin, just listen to this. The victory fanfare. Nothing will bring me like more serotonin after I complete a task and listen to this. Every time I get off work, test, nice. I think I'm a tenor. it's pretty straightforward. Like, you just finished a fight. Like victory fanfare is pretty straightforward. The name kind of suggests what it is. Flowers blooming in the church. This happens after you fight. I'm surprised they played this before playing the boss music. So I think they're probably going to wait until after Dawn of the Slums or whatever. The Dawn of Marketplace, Wall Market or whatever. After you beat the Airbuster, Cloud falls into a pit and wakes up in a church. Already has that kind of holy feel to it, that ethereal. I like this part because, and you'll know why later, but this is Aerith's theme, and Aerith is like of the ancient people, you know, the people, the Cetra, and all that. She's the last remaining one. This also plays at Aerith's house, I believe. This music went really, really good whenever Elmira, Aerith's adopted mom, goes into the flashback about how she came to have custody of Aerith. And especially this one part, because it's so solemn but beautiful. It's a weird combination of happy and sad. It's very bittersweet. That's a good word. And when Elmira's crying because her husband died, and Aerith's like, you know, there's no need to cry. He's one with the planet now. It's good. You know, he's moved on. This song just works perfectly for, like, mourning and, like, that bittersweet of losing someone. Because Aerith lost her mom, lost her biological mother. You know, right in front of her. A marimba or something similar. Yeah! Don't it? Or, like, almost like solid bells. Like church bells. Like a smaller version of those. Yeah. And then under the rotting pizza. I think I love this one. I can't remember which one this is now. Sounds like pipes, yeah. Yeah. Very jazzy. Like you're in a sketchy part of town. That is what it sounds like to me. Just a sketchy part of town. Like you're trying to lay low. I think it works because you're under the rotting pizza. Also, rotting pizza is such a good way of putting Midgar. There's not really a whole lot to this song. pretty short track in terms of loops. But man, it does what it needs to do. Boom, boom, bam, bam, bam. All right, time for the oppressed. So I'm imagining I don't remember exactly which song this was, but it probably is gonna have a very like pressing feel to it, very like heavy. Probably a lot of strings, maybe. Oh yeah, this is Wall Market. This is not what I imagined it was either. It's very peppy, very bouncy. There is that little bit of anxiety in the background there, though. Like taking background of the... You can almost hear, like, in the front, everything looks good, but then, you know, like, the nasty, disgusting gunk underneath. And whoever's playing bass is having a good time. Right back to the back to the beginning. This one, okay, so this next track I don't like. I think it fits. I think it does good. I just personally don't like it. It's Honeybee Inn. This is probably the closest one that doesn't fit. This plays in like kind of like a brothel area. Or like a strip club. This does, however, play again during one of the games you can play at the Gold Saucer. I think it's called Mog the Game or something like that, I forget. But yeah, it's like a little cutesy little, you play as like a little Moogle and you have to get him a girlfriend, essentially. I don't think it fits a weirdo brothel. Wait, this person's saying the Gummy Ship Garage theme. Hold up. Is it? Hold up. I'm exploring this. 1.5 EST. Maybe it's not that one. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think they were exactly the same. They start the same. They have a similar cadence, but no, they're not the same. Yeah. Sorry, Ross F. You're wrong. Live on air, we found out he's wrong. So this one's very anxiety. Like the next one, Who Are You? Is very creepy, intense, dark. I love it. It's like only piano, I think. Very crisis-y. Yeah, I love it. Just so much dissonance. Like, there's not even like a remotely meant to be any sort of harmonic. Like, it is just all everywhere. Ooh. Is there a guitar cover of that? Hold up. Let's see if there's a guitar cover. I'm curious. I want to see how they do it on guitar. No, but it doesn't have that same feel. I don't even know if you can hear that. It's really quiet. But yeah, only Trail Strife. Wait, Fight On. Which one's that? Oh, okay. So yeah, lots of dissonance, a lot of just... Is that a creepypasta? Yes. Dawn of the Slums. This is a fun one. I just imagine like a mustache twirling villain. Like, meh, I have tied you to the railroad tracks for the 5th time this week. Meh. And you have that lumbering feel again. I love the tuba. Yeah, Don Corneo, the music for Don Corneo is just so good. Yeah, it just oozes sleazy underground dodgy shit. Yeah. It's so unusual and uncommon. I don't know if it's unusual. I would say Who Are You would be more unusual. Oh jeez. I just see another character pacing back and forth, complaining their plan is failing. That is Don Corneo in a nutshell. Infiltrating Shinra. I can't remember. Yeah, you got a lot of like tones from Anxiety in here. Like the bottom, the bottom music, the bottom track is just constantly going, that drone. there's a little bit of bass in there. It almost sounds like someone like... There, now you have that like stealth drum coming in. I love the drums. Because even like the little hi-hat is going with the bass drum. Love it. You even get kind of like a little bit of the rhythm of the fighting music as well. I think it's a fun little touch. Look when the drums are going. You'll hear in a second. Yeah, they combined a lot of songs into this one. You can even hear a little bit of like the what would become the Genova theme. You know, here it's like. It's cool how they like take tracks and they'll take like a chord progression of a track and they'll make it into a different song entirely by just adding different instruments and slightly different key. Those who fight further. So this is also called Fight On. This is the boss battle theme. And just automatic grit, intense, metal as fuck. As far as like 90s video games are concerned. There's not really much to say, just very intense, very boss battle-y. Here it is. Drums. Love it. It goes right back into it. Here is Red 13's theme, and there's two other songs that will match this song in terms of tone. It's very tribal, very. This bass theme right here is used in 2 other tracks to almost one by one. Love it. Red 13's theme is fun. Like I said, it's used in 2 other tracks, and both of them are connected to him. Here's just an intense one. Just super crazy. It's called Crazy Motorcycle for a reason, but it just builds up so big. Like you can just see it's like a car chase. I must imagine like a helicopter view of it. You know what I mean? Like a helicopter's like riding alongside the road. This part of the song reminds you of everything just going to shit. The next one is Dear to the Heart. Let's play through one more time. Yeah. And this song works amazingly right after the intensity of another boss fight, right after the crazy motorcycle drive, right after infiltrating the main bad guys' base, and now you're free. And you got the main theme of Final Fantasy VII in there. Like, compare it to the main theme of the Slums, which is very, like, dark, bassy drone and, like, underneath it. And you just got this, like, relief in this song. That's the only way I can describe this song, is just relief for the characters involved. And then here's the main theme. It has that combination of like oppression, that oppression anxiety feeling. Like, you know, the tones of anxiety, but also trying to and I find it unique that the two tracks are played in two different headphones for me. I don't know if it's for you, but it is for me. And in my right ear is the more hopeful, positive. And then in this ear, the left ear, it's more of like the minor chords in the background. The more like depressing. And now all of it comes together. This song almost reminds me of like tired adventurers finally getting to their location. Especially like this part right here. Oh, that brass. This song just keeps building. And I love it. And everything's calm, like mellows out. There's that tension again. And just everything changes. It's like not everything is safe. Very nice. And I love this. Just, yeah, that dark, ominous, and now just very victorious. Light at the end of the tunnel. That's a good way to put it. Just still has that little bit of ominous. And this is all a different track. This isn't repeated in this video. This is all one song. And then goes right back to that relief that we also heard in Dear to Heart. So, next song is On Our Way. This is the, I think, is it Calm's theme, I think? Yeah. It reminds me of like an anime when the main protagonist is about to go on his journey. Like, I know I'm saying that because it says on our way. Well, no fuck. But it has that, just that today's my day kind of feel. Today my life changes. I can move onward fearlessly. It's a very positive song. There's no drums in this song either. I think it's definitely meant to be a more relaxing song. That guitar is having a ball, just keeping the rhythm going. Song restarts. This makes me want to play Final Fantasy VII. Listen to this is like, man, I need to play this game again. I probably have beaten it. Story-wise, I have probably beaten it. God. A good 20 times. 20, 30. I mean, it's just such a good game. Here's a really short one. It's when you go to sleep. It's 9 seconds long, 8 seconds long. So it is what it says it is. it's just the final little moments of when you go to sleep. On that day 5 years ago. This is, I I believe also Nibelheim's theme. And you have that. Those sad chords that we've heard a few times in a few soundtracks. It's basically like a minor key version of the main theme. So, you know, like, Anxiety had it. The Oppressed had it in the background of the song. Infiltrating Shinra kind of had that same tone. I think it's just really cool, like, with the music and stuff. And a lot of video games do this. Mainly because it's probably easier to do the same song in a different key than to write an entirely new song. Is to write like the bass music and then write around it rather than making a whole new song. While this song is still playing, I'm gonna get me some water. Back with some water and some crackers. Alright. And the next one is playing at the Chocobo Farm. Chocobo Bill. And again, it's kind of like Tifa's theme. This one just has a very homey feel to me. I think they also use a little bit of the Chocobo theme in it. I could be wrong. It feels like it's on a farm. Like, they nailed it. you could like trigger a dance from the chocobos if you talk to them, right? I think what's sad is they don't end the recording with the chocobo noise. I think that's a crime. This is a battle theme if you fight a chocobo. It's just so much fun. I like watching my model wiggle. It's a weird, like, it's a weird thing I like looking at. It was kind of a weird track a little bit. But I think they wanted it to be more like goofy sounding, but it sounds like it should be like by the water, and it never is. Now you're gonna have more of ethereal kind of music. So, in search of the man in black. Talking about this mama's boy right here. Very ominous. Fort Condor. This is a mini game. This was a location you could do like a mini, almost like a strategy game with armies and traps and stuff. And FF7 has a very militaristic feel. It's very war. then I think this song, fun thing about this next song, Rufus' Welcoming Ceremony, is played once in Final Fantasy VII, but it's also played in Final Fantasy IX. Very paradey. It's probably the most, like in terms of cadence, the most stereotypical like parade music. I think even in the Harry Goblet of Fire, they have a very similar cadence in their like celebration music. Let me look it up actually. I don't know what it's called. Hogwarts March, is that it? Oh, they don't have any drums. These have a very similar. Yeah, so very similar music. Somebody actually put lyrics to this song too. I don't like it as much, but they did a really good job with it. I just didn't like it. I do, however, feel Rufus sings it to himself in the shower. And this one's pretty easy to kind of translate. Just very uneasiness. You're on a boat, it's rocking back and forth. You're in disguise, so it has that kind of like goofy undercover sound to it. Here's probably one of the coolest boss themes. And it's only done like 4 times, or 3 times. Technically kind of goes into a 4th a little bit. Just the automatic like space feel. Like, it's like if Doctor Who was a video game and had a fight thing. It's very spacey. have that same thing from like the battle theme and the boss battle theme in there. Here's the death theme. Like the game over. I like how they give it almost like a more 8-bit-ish kind of sound in this one. I don't know. Oh, hi, flowers blooming in a church. We already talked about you. This sounds like Beach Resort to me. Like, there's no other way to put it other than Beach Resort. Like if you go to like some barbecue with a band. On a resort, like. Like, welcome to the Costa del Sol. So it might be Costa del Sol. Good morning, Black Cat. Happy New Year's to you as well. We're just kind of like talking about the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack, and like I'm kind of giving like my little analysis and stuff of why it's the arguably one of the best soundtracks of all time. And I'm open to listening to like other people's opinions and stuff like that, and like how they interpret things. I think it's kind of cool that we hear like different things, or like close to the same thing, but like slightly different. I think it's cool, like learning how other people like identify music and stuff like that. But yeah, this is just like relaxing beach resort. I don't know, when I think of the band playing this song in that barbecue I mentioned, I just imagine them just being like depressed, like, God, we've been playing this song over and over for years. Won't someone enjoy something else? All right. What's our next one? Mark of a Traitor. I think this is Coral's theme, right? Yeah, this is Barrett's home. And it almost has like a Mad Max feel. Welcome back, Ezekiel. But yeah, I feel like this is like has almost like a Armageddon, like a Western Armageddon feel to it. Which again fits because Corel was destroyed by a Mako reactor. Or Mako. Was it Mako? I think it's Mako. Yeah, I love it. This is probably one of my favorite sections of the game. Especially in the first disc. Because you really don't know a lot about Barrett until this point. I love this song. It like... It's a good, like, continuation of the previous one. Maybe this is Corel's theme. Maybe that one's, like, Mount Corel. I love the rhythm, because it's, like, a very, like, almost like a work rhythm. Boom, 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 boom. And it's like that depressive tone that is in a lot in this game. I just love it. Love it. And now here, now it's time to go to an amusement park. This part of the game is so just... It's such a fun rhythm. It feels like an amusement park. It feels chaotic. It feels energetic. And then this song just screams sketchy scammer. And like whenever Kate Sith betrays you, it's like, yeah, no, the song makes sense now. Like, it's a song you hear whenever a guy asks if you want to buy a watch and opens up his trench coat. That was weird. And the desert wasteland. This is in whenever you get arrested and thrown into oh, what's it called? Was it Corel Prison? Is that what it's called? The national anthem of New Zealand's economy system. Yeah, this song it plays just spells doom. It really does. It's an empty wasteland desert where you are sent to die. And it's such a, like, throws you off so much. because you just like got out of super fun, colorful, energetic Golden Saucer, and you're sent to this bleak, desolate, low color place. The only thing I didn't like about this part is the enemies. I feel like could have been better. I wish the enemies had a more bleak, colorless design, but a lot of them actually were relatively colorful. There's a lot of greens, reds. I would have wanted a lot of more browns, grays, you know, whites, blacks, stuff like that. But no, they were pretty colorful with theirs. They were pretty well into the spectrum. And it's like, ah, okay. Into it. It's a really like haunting, beautiful theme, but it's also like very. You just hear like the feudal depression. Here's a lot of people's favorite place to go in the game, mine included. It is Cosmo Canyon, which is Red 13's home, and you're gonna hear a lot of tones that we heard in the Red 13. You're gonna hear that as the main part of this song. Yeah, already starting off with the very like tribal drums. We got the bass guitar. And then it goes right into the. Hear Red 13's theme in the background. But the winds. I can actually play this song on the ocarina too. Just a wonderful, wonderful theme. It has like a very meditative kind of tune to it. Or like wise, I guess. Like just like we've been through some shit kind of feel to it. I don't know really how to describe it. It's just like very tribal, very strong, but also very calm and it's like tranquil. This happens in a really weird part at Cosmo Canyon when you're talking to Bugenhagen. And he's showing you the galaxy. And again, you have that ethereal, that space kind of feel. It's fun. This one is very sad. You find out what happened to Red 13's dad, but I think within the song it almost has this like sense of pride. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. You know, you have the main part, the verse of the Cosmo Canyon theme. I don't know why, but just something about that part right there just makes me feel like there's like a pride of being a citizen of Cosmo Canyon. Here's Yuffie's theme. Definitely not a theme you would expect from a ninja. It's like super happy. Yeah, this is... It just doesn't sound like this would be a ninja's theme. I think somebody did a lyric video with this one. Let me see. Let me see. From like years ago. I think this is one.
I'm a thief by trade, I'm a daughter of thieves. But to stay with you, I'd turn over new leaves. I would break my old habits and my mischief-making days. To deserve what you offer me, I'd willingly leave behind my old ways. I'm a lover and a fighter. What I love, I gladly fight for. Oh, I'd confess my lies, I'd swallow my pride, so that I could say I'm on your side.
And she does. Like, I mean, granted, after a lot of stuff happened, but
I'm in love with the land that gave me my name.
it's my Wu-Tai.
Though that love resembles a ball and a chain. Since my birth, it has bound me to this undesired throne. But despite duty's harsh demands, I with pride call this land, call it home.
Love that picture.
I'm a fighter and a lover, as fiercely one as the other. Oh, I'd give up my goal, I'd sell off my soul.
Random cosplay.
So that I can say I'm on your side.
Love it. I wonder if she's done anything else. It looks like not for 5 years. Cool. How's everyone doing? I haven't talked to you guys very often. I've been talking about the music. How's everyone doing? Hope you guys are doing well. I'll probably go through some of these pretty quickly. Like, if I can't think of anything else to say, I'll probably go through them a little bit quicker. Those chosen by the planet. Yeah, very intense. I think this plays during the flashback of Nibelheim. Of just everything on fire. Sephiroth just ripping the place apart. Not a lot to that song. Here is probably, I'd say, my favorite character theme. Sid's theme, just very, I don't know, just very bravado. Very manly. That's a good way to put it. Just very manly. Also a really good one on the guitar. Like, there's two really good versions of it. Like a very much like a manly man with a dream kind of feel to it. Very, very brass worthy. Here's Daniel Tidwell's cover. Has he made music lately? I used to listen to this guy like all the damn time. No, his last video was 2 years ago. Damn. But I would say my favorite version of this song is easily Evil Snake's version. Guy builds freaking rockets, and then he gets screwed over by a combo of the kindness of his heart and bureaucracy. His inventions from the rockets that takes him to space to an airship that would take him across the world are seas. There's nothing graceful about the situation either. He gets pissed off. In fact, when some spiky-headed weirdo shows up with some extra losers to try and nab his biplane, the only thing he has left is goddamn Shinra show up again with a sudden second interest. Even then he's still pissed off. Why do these plebs always show up to take his stuff and claim they're out to change the world? The only comfort this man has is in the everyday. He drinks his goddamn tea, and when there's important meetings that bore his rocket scientist mind, he sleeps through them. Nothing like the end of the world is going to stop him from getting some things done on the bucket list. That's why he has one of the best theme songs. He's his own man. He started space tech and aviation on his own. The woman he eventually loves, criticizes the bejesus out of him all the time, and goddamn, if you're in his house, you sit down, shut up, and drink some goddamn tea. Fucking love it. Fucking love Sid. And he, like, cause, like, a lot of characters really don't swear that much in the game. Like, except for, like, Barrett. And then Sid comes along, and literally everything Sid says has a cuss word in it. I remember when I did a fan dub of Final Fantasy 7. And I did the really dumb thing of casting all the characters before I had even started. And one of the rules I had for Sid was you have to be okay with cussing. And I remember someone being like, well, couldn't you just change it? I'm like, I could, but I'm not gonna. You're just gonna have to deal with that yourself. And yeah, Sid's theme is so badass. And even here, It's so peppy and fun. No one comments on this. Does no one like this version? Does no one like this song? This sucks. Yeah, a little bit of the main theme in there. Now you're getting shot at. And then you get shot down. Yeah, I think that's the whole song. Oh yeah, this is actually the actual next song. Nice. Very sleuthy. Very sleuthy. Very, stealthy. It's, when Yuffie steals your materia, so you hear Yuffie's theme in there a little bit. I remember this first happened to me. You could actually skip this quest. If you never go to Wutai, you can like just bypass this whole quest. But you are rewarded with killing Don Corneo, so I recommend doing it. Fuck Don Corneo. And then Jackpot. Which one's this one? Oh! This is when you win Chocobo races. Yeah, so these are like the Gold Saucer music. This is when you lose. The Tango of Tears is what it's called. This is when you lose Chocobo. I love it. Has the victory fanfare, but it just sounds sad. Love it. So there's a part in the game when you go on a date. You can go on a date with either Tifa, Aerith, Yuffie, or Barrett, even. I've never gotten a date with Barrett because there's so much stuff you have to do. It's like you have to do things exactly right. Like with these three, you can kind of mess up a little bit. You have to do everything perfectly to get Barrett. And you go on a date. And on the date, you join in a theater production, which you could either fuck up or do perfectly. Fucking up is a lot of fun because they have to like change the story completely. And here's the music that plays during that part. Very medieval. I think they reused this or kind of changed it a little bit for Final Fantasy IX. When they went back to being medieval. Love it. But yeah, you go to like a theater production and you have to like improv your way through it. And if it's Tifa, you can piss her off enough where she like punches the guy in the dragon outfit for no reason. Like she's just so pissed off at you that she just punches the dragon. And then this is also part of the date. You can go to a fireworks show on like a little like gondola. Gorgeous music. It's very like a very kind of like romantic, loving, warm. This would, if I was the one, if I put this in a movie or a production, I would have this be a first kiss scene. It's very intimate. And then it restarts. The Forested Temple. I think this is the Sleeping Forest. No. But I think it's, yeah, the Temple of the Ancients where it's at. Oh, okay. Yeah, very anxiety. I like how this person for this so uneasy. Just because whenever I reached this part of the game, I knew what was coming next and dreaded the whole thing. It made me never want to leave the temple. So this song was just constantly playing. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the music that leads into what will be her death. Also, it throws me off that her, Sid, are in their Kingdom Hearts outfits, and Cloud is in his Advent Children / Kingdom Hearts 2. It just throws me off, and I don't like it. Bum, 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 bum. I like how all the instruments get their time to do the bum, bum. Love it. This one's a real creepy song, to me. Listen to the cries of the planet. It's just ominous. There is no other way to put it. Just very ominous. Very doom feeling. Just boom. Choir comes in. I just feel so uneasy in all of the instruments. You even have, like, again, you have that Temple of the Ancients that... Goes right back in that beginning. Aerith's theme, played during her death. And even into the boss fight that follows with one of the Genova boss battles. Almost felt like the world was mourning when she died. You know, she's the last of her people. Gorgeous music. Like, just the music just sends chills through me, just because I remember what it felt like going through that scene the first time. I was like 12 when I got to that point, and I cried. I mean, it was intense. All right, Final Fantasy VII's Buried in Snow. You go to this place called the Glacier. Like the Glacier Inn or something like that, and this is where it's played. It's on top of a mountain. You also go snowboarding in this section. And it's very winter feeling. Like, you could, like, hear snow falling with the music. The chord progression gives me a Christmas feel. Yeah. This song makes me feel so cozy, but also strange. So you reach this cute, cozy town nestled under the snowy mountains. It always seems so peaceful and happy, like we're supposed to forget about what just happened and try to move on. I think that was the point, though. lot of times, games and movies and shows will have a cozier episode after a traumatic episode. To give you time to recover, essentially. Because, you know, good writing, you don't want to keep hitting them constantly. You need to have that wind down time, or else your audience gets burnt out. That's my theory, my little philosophy. And you don't necessarily have to make it comedic. Like, you don't need comic relief every second. But... because even with comedy, you need to have that little bit of a break. The North Cave. This is towards the middle part of Disc 2. So you had Aerith die at the end of Disc 1. And then probably well, maybe not in the middle, but like probably the most important part of the game. This is where things start going to shit. As if things weren't already bad. You lost a party member. Technically 2. Because you lose Kate Sith as well. And the Temple of the Ancients. Yeah. So you're going up this treacherous mountain to stop Shinra from... because you find out Sephiroth is located there. And you don't want them waking up Sephiroth. This is also the music that plays after Meteor is summoned on the homeworld. Or not the homeworld, the main open area. And they did a really good job where you just see this giant meteor in the sky heading towards Earth. Or Terra, I think is the planet's name. I just love it. It's just so unsettling. It's not creepy. A lot of people say it's creepy because of this part right here. I think it's just adds to the gravity of the situation. Yeah, the world of ruin, yeah. Impending doom, to be sure, yeah. World map, gloomy version. Yo, I always hated how the world map stayed on this music from here on in. When you're faced with an extinction level event, and you lack the resources to stop it, hashtag what would Genova do? Reunion. This is, I think, whenever Cloud gives the black materia to Sephiroth. Or no, maybe this is when they meet again. it is. Because he's like fighting with himself. Yeah, it also plays. Yep, I thought so. Yeah, there is a little bit of Aerith thing coming through, yeah. I kind of like reading these. Sometimes they have like little introspectives and I didn't think about it. And then here is Who Am I, which is an inverse of the Who Are You. And they have a similar feel to them, too. If it loads. Let's refresh real quick. Yeah. This is a weird part when Tifa goes into Cloud's mind, I think. Maybe not. Maybe when I drink all the live stream in the house. I might have to find another. Yeah, it's like a combination of like Who Are You and the main thing. Yeah, I remember when I first got to this part in the game, and you just see the large cloud, the large ethereal cloud, just like shaking his head, holding his head, like just in severe pain, while you're traveling through and trying to piece together his missing memories. Or really not missing memories, but misplaced memories, I should say. Great part. It's absolute great scene. This is like really probably my favorite part in the game is when you go into Cloud Subconscious. Hey, how are you doing today? Did you see the anime merch I got over the years in media and Discord? Yeah, I did. We're just sitting here talking about the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack. Why it's probably one of the best soundtracks ever made. Tiger the Weapon's really fun. It's just done in a cutscene, and you can pretty much kind of imagine this giant monster attacking a military base. But yeah, I did. Sorry, I sometimes forget to comment when people post pictures and stuff. Yeah, sorry, I was leaning back, stretching. Yeah, no, I love Soul Eater stuff. Yeah, Soul Eater stuff will look pretty cool. I love this song. It's very intense, very battle. It's my favorite part here. The brass in the background. The brass section in this song is just fantastic. I could jam out to that one. The High Wind Takes to the Skies. This is probably the main music you'll hear towards the end game. You basically steal a giant airship, and this is the music that plays when you're flying it. What I like about this is it throws in the main theme in it too. You can hear like almost like the propellers with some of the music. Here's the main theme. Almost like a Sid's theme reference here. Or like feel, reference, feel to it. Love it. And then there's Secret of the Deep Sea. I like this one because like it's like the opposite of the High Wind. So instead of like going higher and higher with the instruments, you can definitely tell it's more steady as you're and kind of descending. Because when this song plays, you're in a submarine. Which a lot of people say this is the soothing part. I always associate this with a lot more pressure to it because you're underwater and there's this giant monster thing just kind of looming around. It is terrifying. I think this is... I want to say this is Medial, which is where you find Cloud. Me sneaking into the fridge at 3 a.m. Or no, it's not. This is, there's like a little mining town you can go to. And you had to find some kind of key to get back into Midgar. Love it. The Edge of Despair. I forget what this plays. Is this the forest? Ah, no. This is Medial. First ever Final Fantasy, and the only one I've ever played was Final Fantasy 3 on the DS Lite. Okay. I have beaten Final Fantasy. I've played all the Final Fantasies except for 15, but I have beaten 7, 9, and 10. Yeah, I think this is Medial's, right? Yeah, Cloud's Coma, Medial. Also plays in Rocket Town later on. This is great. So this next song happens in a flashback. And it's so mellow and bittersweet. I love it. Absolutely love it. Always died in the mines on accident and got reset to the beginning. I can't... It's been such a long time since I've played Final Fantasy 3. I also recommend to people playing Final Fantasy 5. Final Fantasy 5 is so underrated. Yeah, and here's another, like, just anxiety-driven. This plays, I know this plays in the battle arena. I'm sure it plays in other places. I know it plays the battle arena. Oh, also Ultimate Weapon slowly walking toward near Midgar. Okay. Maybe outside or something, but yeah. Gotcha, okay. Yeah, that long as fuck wait as he stomped towards the shore. Yeah. I remember that part. Here we go. Here it comes again. Very reminiscent of the normal fighting theme. And then it goes down. And it starts right back up. Launching a dream into space. This is a beautiful one, too. It's like a campfire version of Sid's theme. Happy New Year to you as well. It's so good. We're getting closer to being done. I think this is whenever the thing is actually launched. Like after you escape. Alrighty. Sounds good. Go eat lunch. Enjoy your lunch. We're very close to being done. And then here's the open your heart one. I have to think about this one. I don't remember this one. If you open your heart. Ah. Where does this play? Is it just like randomly throughout the game? I think this might be around Fort Condor as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is whenever they fire at Diamond Weapon, this next song, and it kind of fails. Very similar theme to, it's a combination of weapons attack on Jinan and the Shinra theme. And it goes into the then the failure. They did such a good job with showing you fail. Or, well, not really showing you fail, but showing that Shinra failed in killing. Or a weapon destroying Shinra Tower. And here's right towards the end of the game. There's not like a lot of changes in this sequence of this beat. It's so good. It's not as good as the other Genova themes, in my opinion. Genova Absolute just never tickled my fancy in terms of song. We got part 2 of the final boss. Not really phase 2, because they're all different bosses. I feel like there was like confidence in this song for like the player. Maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, this one was a really unique because all of your party members fought in this one. All the party members that you have acquired, minus Aerith, fight in this boss fight. You like separate them out, and oh, it's so good. There's a lot of confidence in this song, a lot of like arrogance. But I think some of that is also with the player. It's like, you've gotten this far, man. And then you have a little bit of the other Sephiroth theme. I can't remember what it was called. Not the Edge of Despair. Those chosen by the planet. You hear a little bit of that in there too. You know, a reference to it being Sephiroth. Now the final boss theme. Pretty much everyone knows this song, especially like if you played like Smash Bros and stuff like that, or any Final Fantasy game. Very dramatic. The fucking choir, man. Just so dramatic. Truly a song fit for a final boss. Yeah, an eco-terrorist group against a guy who has fun destroying the solar system. Longest boss Final 5 is set. I disagree. I mean, if we're gonna count the weapons, then Ruby weapon is probably the longest. This is my favorite part right here. Here we go. better fucking believe we're listening to it. Yeah, this soundtrack, like I said, you know, we're almost done with listening to the soundtrack. There's a couple of ones that they missed that I'll probably like hunt down. There's one that definitely comes to mind that they've missed. But this is probably the best final boss theme in a video game. Just, it's so dramatic, so over the top. Like, they really put everything in the budget into that one song. And then the final song of the actual game. Where everything is actually going to shit. And then all of a sudden, all of the live stream starts coming up to try to protect it. You know, you have Aerith's theme in there. And then Frantic. And then we're back to Aerith's theme. Or no, Tifa's theme. That was my slip up. And you got the main theme, or Cloud's theme. They're both interchangeable. Now it goes straight into the main theme again. And now, meteor coming down. Love it. It's so cool. The ending of the game is some of the badass cutscenes I've seen in a game up until that point. Playing PlayStation 1. And like a lot more intense version of the main theme, or of the Highwind theme. And this is all like one scene. And you got Aerith's theme in there again. I just how it goes back from being like hopeful to intense to like back to being like happier and calm. Back to like that doomcore. Like just the very intense. A very end of the world feeling. Everything going to shit. And here comes the little spritz of live stream energy coming up. Just beautiful, positive piano. And you get the synthesizer in there. Got that heroic victory now tone. And now, our final one, the credits. You almost got like a more percussion-based version of the beginning theme. Got a little Tifa reference in there. I don't know. I think I would really like if I was to design like a little scene for this part right here. Have like Cloud and Tifa just like walking across the world. Like have like little transitions of the various locations. And then as time goes on, more of the characters join in. Maybe even have like Cloud and Tifa growing up. I don't know. We got the main theme again. Love it. And you'll get to my favorite part here in a little bit. Another little strings in the back. I think here's where you get to the Final Fantasy anthem. Everybody rise for the Final Fantasy anthem. What else do they have on their channel? They haven't uploaded in 6 years. So they just had like a year of just constant uploading. So there's like a year of constant uploading and then just none. Like, I did my job. I did my duty as a good citizen. There's 2 songs I know they missed. And that was the Wu-Tai theme. And, Piece of Freedom. Or Price of Freedom, I mean. Here we go, we're not done yet. I love it, just that constant build. Okay, here's my favorite. And that, my good viewers, that was pretty much the entire Final Fantasy VII soundtrack.